everyone, good day and bonjour. My name is Victoria and I am the clerk of today's ceremony, and I am located on Treaty 6 territory in Edmonton. Before we start, here is what you need to know. The ceremony portion will last approximately 20 minutes. As much as possible, please ensure to limit distractions around you during the ceremony. And we will tell you when. This citizenship ceremony is now in session. In the spirit of reconciliation, we will now play a video called Welcome, There is Room, developed and produced by and with Indigenous people to showcase the history, culture, and diversity of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people in Canada. Post when you're ready.
Bien avant que ces terres ne soient connues sous le nom de Canada, elles étaient le territoire des peuples autochtones, Premières Nations, Métis et Inuit.
There are more than 600 First Nations communities from coast to coast to coast in Canada. Some of us live on our reserves set aside for our nations, and others live in towns and cities. Bien que chaque Première Nation a une langue, des cérémonies et des croyances différentes, la plupart de nos systèmes de croyances reposent sur le concept de l'équilibre. Nous croyons que tout être vivant doit travailler à maintenir un système équilibré. Les Métis sont un peuple distinct, d'ascendance mixte, soit autochtone et européenne, tirant son origine du commerce des fourrures au 18e et 19e siècle. Les unions entre les explorateurs européens et les femmes des Premières Nations visaient principalement à faciliter les relations du commerce. Over time, Métis carried on their traditions and built a new culture within fur trade territories. Today, we can be found in regions across Canada.
The Inuit, which means the people in the Inuktitut language, live in the northern region of the globe. Our knowledge of the land, sea, and wildlife enabled us to adapt to one of the harshest environments on Earth. Nombreux Inuits habitaient sur cette terre jusqu'aux années 1950 et 1960, lorsque le gouvernement du Canada les a déplacés dans les villes du Nord. Aujourd'hui, nous habitons partout au Canada, mais plusieurs d'entre nous considèrent le Nord comme étant notre chez-soi.
Les Premières Nations, les Métis et les Inuits ont toujours eu une tradition d'accueillir les autres, de partager leur culture et leurs connaissances et d'établir des relations positives. La relation initiale avec les colonisateurs reposait sur des principes de paix et d'amitié, mais ceux-ci n'ont pas toujours été honorés. As a new Canadian citizen, you play an important role in restoring the original collaborative relationship between Indigenous peoples alongside all Canadians. En prêtant le serment de citoyenneté, vous vous engagez à respecter la Constitution du Canada qui reconnaît et confirme les droits ancestraux et issus de traités des Premières Nations, des Métis et des Inuits. Qu'est-ce que cela signifie pour vous en tant que nouveau citoyen canadien?
Hi, I'm Charlotte Kamenuk, and welcome to Canada. As a new citizen, you're going to hear about Truth and Reconciliation. Truth and Reconciliation is about acknowledging Canada's legacy of residential and federal day schools and understanding the wrongs of the past and present that Indigenous people experience. It's about working together towards healing and making positive change. In 2015, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission released 94 calls to action that span across child welfare, education, language, and culture. Calls to action that all Canadians can get involved with. You too can play a role in making change.
Ani, my Indigenous name is Kenoshawa, which means tall pine, and my English name is Bob. Learning is a critical part about reconciliation. Learning about the land you live on, learning about the histories of Indigenous peoples on that land and across Canada. There are numerous universities and colleges that have free online courses, hundreds of books authored by Indigenous peoples that you can read, as well as events that are hosted in urban centers and within Indigenous communities. We know that people come here from all over the world, and we're anxious to hear your stories too. That's part of reconciliation, is learning about each other as we become neighbors. We welcome you.
Peu importe d'où nous venons et peu importe les circonstances qui nous ont menés au Canada, nous avons tous la responsabilité de travailler à créer un Canada où nous avons tous notre place et où nous pouvons tous nous épanouir.
Stanok Swagwego, Agatsanoni, Nenanto Isis.
Yet, a
Tungasigitsi.
Peta Wawa Nichi Wagana. This ceremony will be held predominantly in English based on the language preference of today's candidates for citizenship and will be presided by Judge Carrière. Judge Carrière, in accordance with the provisions of the Citizenship Act, it is my privilege to present to you 139 candidates for citizenship from 35 different countries who have met all the requirements of the Citizenship Act and are now ready to take the oath of citizenship, the final legal requirement to become a Canadian citizen. I now invite you to give your opening remarks.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Victoria. And hello, everyone. Welcome to your virtual Canadian citizenship ceremony. Bonjour à vous tous et bienvenue à votre cérémonie de citoyenneté virtuelle. I'm located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, so I want to begin the ceremony by acknowledging that I'm presiding it from Treaty 1 land. I'm on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene nations, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. Now, we've heard the word reconciliation a few times here already, but what does that word mean exactly? Well, the Honorable Murray Sinclair, who was the chair of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, said that it turns on a very simple concept, which is, I want to be your friend, and I want you to be my friend. And so in order to be a friend to the Indigenous community, each and every one of us needs to reflect on our own actions and see where we can be better allies to Indigenous peoples. Because reconciliation with Indigenous peoples is a responsibility shared by all Canadians, even new Canadians, such as you're about to become. Now, in the world of citizenship, we like to talk about where people come from, and as Victoria just mentioned, the 139 of you here today are representing 35 different countries. As for me, as you may have deduced from the video, I am of mixed European and First Nation ancestry, and my family is part of the historic Métis Nation. From the fur trade, the buffalo hunts, the dispossession of land through Métis script, acts of resistance, all of it. So I have relatively deep roots here in Canada. I'm French Canadian, I'm Red River Métis, and because of my background, my own journey to become Canadian was very, very simple. So simple, I can sum it up in just 4 words. I was born here. That's it. But just because it was easy for me does not mean that I take it for granted. In fact, every day of my life, I feel very grateful to be Canadian. But for the 139 of you, your journeys to become Canadian were much different and more complicated than my journey was. For starters, you were all born in another country, and then at some point in time, you made that difficult decision to leave your home country and come here to Canada to start a new life. And there are many different reasons why people make this choice. Some people come here for better opportunities, for education, for work, maybe even for love. Some people come here because of war or other instabilities in their countries. But whatever your reason was, once you arrived here in Canada, you had to adjust and adapt to life in this new country, where the culture, the weather, the language might all be very different than in your countries. And so today I really want to recognize the courage, the determination, and the hard work it took for each of you to be here. And I know there were difficult times along the way, but you've persevered, you've embraced this new country, and now here you are about to become Canadian citizens. Becoming Canadian is something very special because with this honor comes incredible rights or privileges, like the right to live free of discrimination and persecution, the right to express your opinion without fear, the right to practice your religious faith, the right to vote, and the right to live and work in any province or territory. And these rights apply equally to all Canadians. So it doesn't matter that my family's been here for hundreds of years and that you're about to become Canadian in 5 minutes. As soon as that happens, we are the same under the law and we're entitled to the same rights and privileges. But as I'm sure you're well aware, Canadian citizenship does come with responsibilities as well, like obeying our laws here in Canada, taking responsibility for yourselves and for your families, voting in our elections, doing your part to protect Canada's environment and heritage, and helping others around you and being good community members. Now, all of you have been in Canada for some time already, at least 3 years, some of you much longer. And I'm sure that during that time, there's already many different ways that you've been active citizens here. And I certainly encourage you to keep that up long after today's ceremony is over. So with that, let's move on now to the moment you've been waiting for, the swearing of the oaths of citizenship. I'll start by saying the oath in English and then I'll repeat it in French, because as you know, Canada is a proudly bilingual country, and we honor and respect that in all of our ceremonies by swearing the oath in both official languages. So Victoria, I'm ready to go ahead with those oaths now.
Thank you very much, Judge. We will now proceed with the oath of citizenship. All candidates who are 14 years of age and older are required to take the oath. If there's any doubt that you have taken the oath, you will not obtain your citizenship certificate. Children under 14 years of age do not have to repeat the oath, but can if they wish. It is necessary that you repeat the oath in English or French, or both after the judge. You are encouraged to repeat it in both languages as a symbolic gesture of your commitment to respecting Canada's 2 official languages. The judge will start by saying, "I swear," but you have the choice of saying either "I swear" or "I affirm." We ask that you position yourself directly in front of the camera so we may see you properly during the oath taking. And please pay close attention to these following instructions. You will repeat the words of the oath as a group, 1 sentence at a time, each time after the judge. Do not read the oath ahead on your own. In a moment, I will ask you to unmute yourself. Once unmuted, you must remain silent. We can hear everything when you are unmuted, and it makes it very difficult for us to continue. So out of respect for the ceremony and other participants, please do your best to limit these distractions and have no other side conversations. I now ask you to turn on your microphones, but again, remain silent and wait for the judge to start the oath. We'll give you a moment to unmute. If you are using a laptop or computer, there is a microphone icon on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Mute. If you're having trouble unmuting, we will send you a prompt. Again, if we could please not have any side conversations because we can hear everything, so just give us a moment. So if you could please raise your right hand in this manner. If you choose to swear the oath on a holy book, please place it in your left. We do invite anyone watching this ceremony to also raise your right hand and repeat the oath if you wish. It is a demonstration of your commitment to Canada, but it will not make you Canadian if you're not one already. Judge Carrière, the candidates for citizenship are ready to repeat the oath of citizenship.
Thank you very much. All right, so if everybody could please repeat after me. I swear
I swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to His Majesty,
to His Majesty,
King Charles III,
King Charles III,
King of Canada,
King of Canada,
his heirs and successors,
his heirs and successors,
and that I will faithfully observe
and that I will faithfully observe
the laws of Canada,
the laws of Canada,
including the Constitution,
including the Constitution,
which recognizes
and affirms
the Aboriginal and treaty rights
the Aboriginal and treaty rights
of First Nations,
of First Nations,
Inuit and Métis peoples,
Inuit and Métis people,
and fulfill my duties
and fulfill my duties
as a Canadian citizen.
as a Canadian citizen.
Excellent. Very well done, everyone. We're not quite finished yet. We are going to do this one more time en français. So once again, please repeat after me. Je jure
Je jure
que je serai fidèle
que je serai fidèle
et porterai
et porterai
sincère allégeance
sincère allégeance
à Sa Majesté,
à Sa Majesté,
le roi Charles III,
le roi Charles III,
roi du Canada,
roi du Canada,
à ses héritiers
à ses héritiers
et successeurs,
et successeurs,
que j'observerai fidèlement
que j'observerai fidèlement
les lois du Canada,
les lois du Canada,
y compris la Constitution,
y compris la Constitution,
qui reconnaît et confirme
qui reconnaît et confirme
les droits ancestraux
les droits ancestraux
issus des traités
ou issus des traités
des Premières Nations,
des Premières Nations,
des Inuits et des Métis,
des Inuits et des Métis,
et que je remplirai loyalement
et que se remplirait loyalement mes obligations
de citoyen canadien.
de citoyen canadien.
There we go. You've done it. Congratulations, everybody. You are now Canadian citizens. Very well done to you all. All right, great job, everyone. Great job on the oath and great job on the French oath as well. I know that can be a bit intimidating and a bit challenging, but you've all done a fantastic job. And more importantly, you are now all Canadian citizens. So congratulations to you all. Welcome home and welcome to our Canadian family. Félicitations à vous tous. Vous êtes maintenant Canadiennes et Canadiens. Bienvenue chez vous et bienvenue dans la grande famille canadienne. You know, throughout our history, millions of immigrants have helped build this country, our country. Canada welcomes people from more than 150 different countries each year, and it is thanks to Canada's amazing diversity. Okay, so not in spite of it, but because of it, that Canada has become a role model for the world. And now, as Canadian citizens, the 139 of you are ambassadors. You're ambassadors for one of the greatest, freest, richest, and most beautiful nations that's ever existed in the history of this planet. You are Canadian. So this is likely a day that you will never forget, but the same actually applies to me as well, because I'll never forget that I had the honor and the privilege of participating in today's ceremony with all of you. So I really want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Merci, miigwech. Ceci est fort probable un jour que vous n'oublierez jamais, et c'est également valable pour moi parce que je n'oublierai jamais que j'ai eu l'honneur et le privilège de participer en votre compagnie à la cérémonie d'aujourd'hui. Je vous remercie du fond du cœur. Thank you, miigwech. One more time, congratulations to you all and welcome to our Canadian family. Félicitations à vous tous et bienvenue dans la grande famille canadienne.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, Judge Carrière. And now for a few words from our Prime Minister, followed by the national anthem. Today, you will be singing O Canada for the very first time as a Canadian citizen. This is now your national anthem, so sing it with pride. We will be singing a bilingual version, but you may choose to sing in English or French or bilingually, and you can follow along with the video. The words will appear on screen. However, we do ask that you remain muted so we don't have any feedback. Host, when you're ready.
Congratulations. You are now officially a Canadian. And your journey here was unique. Whether you came here for safety, to reconnect with family, just to start a new life, you are now an equal member of our country. And as Canadians, we share responsibilities to look out for one another, to welcome those who are new here, and to respect those who are Indigenous to this land, and always to leave our communities better than we found them. So as you continue your life here, remember this day when you became a citizen. And think about everything you can do every day forward to strengthen our country. Congratulations again, and welcome. Félicitations, vous êtes maintenant officiellement Canadiens et Canadiennes. Et vous avez tous suivi un parcours unique pour venir jusqu'ici. Que vous soyez venus pour trouver la sécurité, pour rejoindre votre famille ou pour commencer une nouvelle vie, vous êtes, à partir de maintenant, un membre à part entière de notre pays. Et en tant que Canadiens, nous avons tous des responsabilités communes. Nous veillons les uns sur les autres. Nous accueillons les nouveaux arrivants et respectons les autochtones de notre pays. Et nous travaillons ensemble pour améliorer nos communautés pour les générations futures. Alors que vous poursuivez votre vie ici, souvenez-vous toujours de ce jour où vous êtes devenus citoyens et citoyennes, et pensez à tout ce que vous pouvez faire à chaque jour qui vient pour rendre notre pays encore meilleur. Félicitations encore et bienvenue. Glorious and free, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Nakakaiyak. Mercy beaucoup.
I think our clerk has some technical issues and maybe dropped off. There you are. Okay.
Well, bonjour, yes, everyone. I apologize. I had a little bit of a technical hiccup there. So again, thank you so much to the host of this ceremony, Ashley, and bravo on behalf of IRCC. Congratulations to all the new Canadians, and thank you to everyone who contributed. Host, if you're ready, we can go back to where we left off.
I think we're good on everything. Victoria, we're just going to go straight to the photo session.
Thank you so much. So next, the new Canadians, if you could please take a moment to turn off your camera. We'll give you an opportunity to take a photo with the judge. If you have a secondary device like a cell phone, you can kind of hold it up like so, selfie style, to take a picture with the judge. So we'll give you a minute here just to get your videos turned off. On the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, there is a video camera icon. You can click that to turn off your video. If you're not able to do so, we can do it for you. So just give us a moment. And then once everyone's cameras are turned off, we will spotlight the judge for you. And then we will give you 1 minute to take your photos. So we'll give you 1 minute starting now to take your photos with the judge.
Oh, yan pala siya. Tapos ka na ako mag-picture. Hawakan mo ito. Please. Hindi siya kita. Hindi ba pwedeng ano?
About 30 more seconds.
Okay. May di pa nang alam king ka? Dapat doon ka. O, tayo doon ka.
Hindi pa niyo.
Ganun pala yun.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, Judge Carrière. And to the new citizens, you can go ahead and turn your video back on and stay a little bit longer. We do have an important presentation to show you for all of the steps you need to take after the ceremony in order to confirm your citizenship. If you're not able to turn your video back on right now, that's okay. As long as you can hear us and see our screen, then that's not a problem. So there are a few steps that you must take immediately after the ceremony, preferably once you leave this session. All of the instructions and necessary information were included in the email we sent you with the invitation for today's event, and it is under the section titled Steps to Take After the Video Oath Ceremony. I will go over them with you right now, but please ensure to review the notice to appear if you do have any questions.